BlackRock, ticker symbol BLK, is a ticker I want to watch very closely here, heading in 2025 and through 2025. It is one of the world's largest asset managers. They have kind of everything. They have ETFs, they have funds, they have just everything. And so I think they're very well positioned if we continue to see a growing economy to attract more assets. Let me show you what this looks like a bit more succinctly. So first of all, and most importantly for us, if you look at the market rover, which is our market tracking and trade idea and investment idea dashboard, you can see it went from a bearish trend that it was in September of in the autumn of 23, and then moved into a bullish trend starting in November of last year. The stock so far is up about 52% in that period. You can see there were trading buy signals along the way, but again, the point is really just to be long, buy dips in that entire period, and we remain bullish, right? So this, you can see we actually fired off a new buy signal here over the past number of days, and the profit targets looks like we're going to start reaching those here pretty soon, all else being equal. But more importantly, once we have figured out what the trend is here, which again is bullish, is to understand what the long-term picture looks like and how this might fold into next year. So what I did here, I went back to the year 2007. Now, the reason why I think that's important is 2007, this was actually pre the Great Financial Crisis, right? So during the Great Financial Crisis, the GFC, the stock dropped 60%, 6-0. What I'm trying to get to here is I'm trying to show you that this stock since then, and I do suspect this is going to continue to go in this way, has been having these consolidation periods, and then the stock starts to move higher, right? Consolidation period, and then the stock moves higher. Consolidation period, and then the stock moves higher. Now, that doesn't mean the stock can't then go back and retest the previous support area. In fact, it tends to do that. That's kind of the beauty here. So I think ultimately, once we break out here, we might ultimately come back to this level. But in the meantime, we're just beginning to break out. And you can see when we break out, these periods tend to last quite a bit. So let's talk about time here. Now, if I take the consolidation period that it took for this stock to break out, it's somewhere between 150 and 250 bars. Excuse me, that's days, trading days. You can see this one here was 250. This one here was shorter. It was like 100, in the 120 or so. Then we had a consolidation period. This one here was 140. And then the one we just broke out of in basically October lasted about 170. So 170, it's right in that sweet spot. If we average all these out of sort of the average consolidation period in terms of time that we would have. Now, the rally periods, if we take those, we had this one here that lasted 100 bars. Then this one here lasted 34 bars. And this one here lasted 51 bars. So I'm going to say that's an average of, 60 bars. So far, we are in about bar 8, okay? So if we were to have, let's even just say 50, just be very conservative, 50 bars, that would mean that this stock should be able to rally into and these are weeks. Sorry, and I should say these are weeks. My apologies. As I said days before, these are weeks, not days, but weeks. So if that were to continue, then this stock should be able to rally sort of through the summer of this coming year. So that's kind of how I look at it. What's the price target? Look, we can do, again, very simple numbers here. We can kind of see, and you'll find this is quite interesting when you take and you measure these rallies, and you just literally, I just clone this and see, and it's almost scary how closely they match up. This one here, the next one here was a bit more. You can see that here, but not a whole lot more, right? So, if we were to take that and extrapolate this, then we would see a price target somewhere near $1,500. So that's from here another 45%. So that's how we like to measure things. Again, this is great. What's this kind of analysis, and I would love some feedback if you guys enjoy this time and space analysis. But again, without knowing where we are, from a real quantitative, data-driven approach using our dashboard and market rover, this becomes a much more difficult exercise. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next